Okay, so we're gonna keep this pretty relaxed to start with. Like, play it seriously, of course. But I'll be floating around and giving people advice and teams advice on a whole and things like that.
Bandit Widow?
Yes, of course you're Bandit Widow. Cause he's too good.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you're playing Lucio, let's not have Brick at the same time.
Yeah, let's not Jex a rock.
What? You don't want to play the Houston Outlaws? You don't want to do the Houston Outlaws comp?
Oh, wait.
Lucio.
Where do you wanna go?
So we're watching Red Team right now.
Ow.
Hands a drop from my
I'm gonna
gun.
speed and choke.
Alright.
Ready?
Ready? Go.
Go.
I need heals. I need heals. I need heals. Whoa. Shield broken. Shield broken. Shield broken. Back up. Back up.
Reload. Yeah. Loading.
Okay, back up.
Back.
Oh, that one's one to the right.
I'm out.
Good, do.
So the first thing,
Use that Hebrew.
the first thing is that Lynn on the Lucio used the amp speed in order to kind of get to the fight when they weren't directly holding that choke. You don't want to use cooldowns like that to kind of close the distance. You want to use it once you kind of see an opportunity. And holding that cooldown for a lot longer is going to give you more options, especially if you need to amp on heals like immediately after your shield broke. So, you know, nothing wrong with nothing. No real reason that you had to use that cooldowns too early there. Okay, so the junk's on the high ground.
It's purple. Right throw.
His pick.
There's a McCree out really left.
So Epsilon was trying to hold, like, shield the McCree instead of getting out of the way, like right away. Let's take a look at, let's take a look at Killua. Ooh, really low frame rate. So anytime it looks like this, you're gonna see kind of, it's usually from a lower frame rate player.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, they use High Noon.
And Shatter.
Yeah, they use Shatter. They use Shatter.
They use coalescence too.
You wanna do hotel?
What's out?
I've
got Shatter. I've got Shatter.
Hands ult.
Oh no.
If you guys can step back, I can heal you.
Raven.
Damn it. Right into the shield.
Step back for heals, step back for heals.
D.Va's low.
There's a McCree in the left room. Watch out for him.
Doing these.
Good, Lucio,
Lucian
good,
point.
McCree in the back.
Yo, Lucio,
Yeah, he's one.
McCree just killed our healer. He's fine.
Who's one?
That was a great nano.
Yeah. Good work, guys.
Or he's in the alley still.
Okay, so I'm gonna, I'm just gonna talk for a little bit while you guys are capping this point here. Epsilon, just be wary of kind of which DPS you have, so that like before you engage, you make sure that your DPS are in the right position. Or if you have like characters that need line of sight or can't stay with you, make sure that they're in position to actually support you before you go in. And then Killua, if things move too fast and you lose heals, let your Reinhardt know whether or not you can heal him or not. Like, you say no heals or even reloading.
Yeah.
Oh, I blocked it. I blocked it.
Right purple, right purple.
Right in the back. Right in the back.
Focus right.
Nice. We're looking for Hanso flanking.
Back up.
Nice.
Maybe D.Va.
Nice job. I've got Shatter again.
They use Shatter Bomb. Is that it? We've got Noon, we should watch it for a flank.
Yeah.
Ryan, push a little bit with us.
Okay.
Hanzo top mid.
I don't think they're expecting me to have Shatter at this point. They're pushing up towards the right side. Yep, they're coming in from the right. Ooh.
I got my mech.
I can't see it.
Oh, barrier down.
I'm healing up, you okay?
Hanso and Lucio flanking behind you.
I need heals.
Hanso behind you. Hanso behind you
I
guys.
can't see it. Alright, let's reset.
McCree left.
I think we want to reset.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so the...
They still haven't used beat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Alright.
They use High Noon there.
My mixer is reducing the game sound, but not the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Anyway, so I'm going to be paying attention to DPS right now, because really, what's happening is that we have both DPS kind of on flanks right now, but our Reinhardt's not getting much support here, right? So there's kind of like the difference between the, oh my
Three,
god,
two,
what
one.
is it?
Bam. Oh, big brain.
Big brain.
Friends out.
Dragons.
I ain't gonna beat out.
Big brain.
If you move to the left, I can heal. Or if you stay there.
Starting it.
Nice.
You move in.
Amazing.
I can't see you yet,
So
Ryan.
speed.
Oh, hands are behind, hands are behind, hands are behind. I'm dead.
Hands are behind.
Low heals.
Thank you.
Oh, the count.
Hands are still behind, right?
Feels bad, man.
Okay,
It's just me and you, Ryan.
Yep,
Back up.
back up.
Be down.
I can heal main if you. Okay.
Well, they all came there. Oh,
Yeah, we have 5 ults, guys.
Yeah.
Lucio's down.
It's fucking sharp.
Yeah, I think Lucio will be able to get back though.
Yeah, Lucy will be back. What are we gonna go in with?
Oh.
Hanzo up top, Hanzo up top.
Yeah,
He's still up top.
thank you.
I'm gonna push in with Heino.
Oh, he's running, he's
I
running.
can't heal you, Diva. We're down one, guys. Be careful.
They just had to go.
Yeah, so see
They
how
just
both
use Heino
DPS are
or
playing
Diva.
very spread from
That's an interesting choice.
from the
Hanzo
Reinhardt?
behind.
I'm gonna
Hanzo
get
and
our
Lucio behind.
Behind,
Get us
behind.
back
Where?
up all the way.
Don't
All
worry,
the way.
Cross.
Back up. I almost have shatter.
When you guys push in, I'm gonna use Heino. I'm actually managed to get behind them for some reason.
I'll try and see
Hanzo's
if
on
I
the
can
high
get
ground
another
poking.
sneaky tire.
Diva, can you contest Hanzo?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
watch
my
out.
god. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay. I may have to use Heino.
I'm
now.
in.
guys, we gotta regroup. Come back, come
yeah,
back
yeah.
to spawn.
We can't get staggered here. We have a lot of ults. Okay, we can win this if we play it right.
Oh, holy crap.
Let's just wait out their ults.
No.
Oh.
We don't have time, I don't think.
Just feed. They haven't noticed we're back capping.
Are we gonna
Yeah,
heal
just
Got
feed.
Lucio?
Just feed.
He can't
Just
get
feed
there
as
on
much
time?
as you can.
10 seconds.
Just feed as much as you can. Oh, they know about me.
Throwing a bomb right now.
In touch? Can you?
nice
Lucky.
try.
Ah, fuck.
We got pretty far though because of that.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I fed the entire game.
No.
Okay,
it's
so
alright.
so here's what's going on. So this is kind of like people being on different pages, right? So it's going to come down to Knack, and then is it Sin? Yeah. So how do I? What is the? There we go. Okay, so it was Sin and Knack. You guys were playing the DPS, right? You're playing the McCree
Yeah.
and the Junkrat. So both of you guys are playing off angles. Like Junkrat, you're like being on high grounds, and you like finding those big chokes where you can spam people out, right? And then Knack, you're also an extremely flanky player. Like you're all over the place. You're trying to find, flanks on different DPS, or if you can get behind teams, you're looking for like flank high noons, flashes on supports, and things like that. But what Epsilon is trying to do is Epsilon is trying to win that fight with the front line. So what you're kind of setting up with these two flanky DPS, it's not wrong, but your Reinhardt needs to know that, really. So Epsilon, if you do have, like, how would you play your Reinhardt if you had two snipers who are, like, completely separated from you? How would you have to play?
Which snipers are we talking about specifically?
Like, Hanzo and Widowmaker.
I would assume Hanzo would be playing more behind shield and Widow.
Let's
would be
assume
going
that
for
both
high
of them are
ground.
just not playing with you.
Then sticking with my tanks, protecting the front line, letting the mid line while they're and the back while they're trying to get picks off into the back line.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So you were like up forward trying to take space, but one of the things is that like the DPS on these off angles preferably are going to have this space. And if you actually push forward as a Reinhardt, you're removing the potential angles where they can, because if they, I wish I could draw this out. I'll draw it on stream actually.
Okay.
So if that's, say, the payload's here, and you're forward on the Reinhardt here, right? So if your DPS is here, 1 and 2, if these are your two DPS, right? If you've pushed forward as well, the number of angles in which the DPS can actually attack is reduced, right? But if they're Reinhardt, if you are not there, and their Reinhardt kind of pushes up onto you, then this space is already more or less defended, not by you, but by the threat that your flanking DPS kind of pose. So you can more or less, it's not a very effective style. Like ideally, when you are playing kind of this style with a core or something like this, it has a bit of a different function. Like you're not optimal, but just being aware that you have these two flanky DPS is pretty important. And then Diva, your job, you become kind of this roamer where you can go support any of these DPS who need assistance if any of them get pushed, instead of trying to protect your Reinhardt. But then Reinhardt, really what you're doing is making sure that there's always an objective presence and making sure that your supports are able to both keep you alive if you're pushed, you keep the supports alive, and then preferably they have some way where, just like Diva, they can support the DPS who are on these flanks. So it's really kind of about giving a foundation where you can prop up these two flankers. But if all three of you guys are kind of pushing together as kind of this front line, you're going to be weaker than just them staying together or pushing. If they try and like push out as 6, one of these groups, or just push into you, especially if they couldn't find some area to hang out, it's not going to make that much of a difference.
So essentially, my job is not to create space, but to cover my back.
No, because you're flanking DPS or making the space. You're trying to make a safe area where your supports can exist, and especially when you're on attack, that safe area doubles as the objective where you can continuously make pressure and force them, like really, that you get free progress unless the Reinhardt moves further and further into danger zone, right? So this is one of the rare situations where less is more.
Okay.
So
That's
just
different.
that's what I was talking about. Like, be aware of your DPS whether they're flanking, because you were playing as if your DPS was with you, but it probably felt like you just had no pressure on the front line, right? They were always just outvaluing you. Like you could stand there and swing, and then you just run out and die or something like that, and your DPS were dying. And you're like, oh, what do I do?
A couple times it felt like that, but it's more or less just because I was going too forward, getting a little too aggressive.
Okay. Anyway, with that, let's give it another round.
Thank you, Jayne.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
Okay.
You want to play on point at the choke? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna try and focus on just blocking off the tanks from the rest.
Somebody's up top, Diva up top, and somebody else. I can't see.
I would
Probably
assume it's
Hanzo.
probably Hanzo.
Probably Hanzo.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm. Why am I half expecting a ball? Nope, that's Ryan.
Oh,
Ryan
Hanzo's
Diva.
bot.
Everyone be careful.
Whoa.
Down one.
Fuck.
Sorry, on the left,
Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Ryan's wall. Never mind.
Big wall.
Rotate.
I'm gonna be playing really far back. Oh,
got
snipes. You're really down.
We got a healer down, so let's play a bit more defensive. There's a Hanzo behind us.
Hanzo's getting a lot of value, so try and take him out.
Anyone who's alive, I think it's better to back out for a bit to regroup,
Yeah.
and then we could just push back and just give him a tick or two.
Starjammer's pretty good there.
I don't know how I missed how I didn't hit anybody with that charge.
They're running double sniper. One of them is on the high ground, I think, watching. So just...
Can we contest? Are we touching?
I'm not gonna...
I can touch.
I can't.
I can touch.
I don't think we're gonna make the touch, but...
No. Oh, wait.
Hands blind, hands blind.
I'm touching.
Go in, Ryan, go in.
We're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way.
Okay, let's push.
Oh gosh.
I'm healing. Walls.
9 point, guys.
Can you top walls?
Diva shattered.
Okay.
Sorry about
Okay,
the
I'm
wall.
sorry.
That was a valiant
Hanzo's
effort.
playing really aggressive.
Yeah.
So let's just be aware of him on the flanks and stuff.
Yeah. Do we want to switch off our Rhine to like Hagarissa?
It's up to you.
I'll go Rissa.
Okay.
If anything, once I use something else, I'm gonna switch to Reaper so that I could take care of this Hanzo that's trying to come up behind us.
The snipers are doing pretty well, so let's try and play behind shield here.
Okay.
We can't give them too much space though.
Going on screen.
We will need to push though, because they're...
What happened to my shield? My shield fell through the world!
Alright.
Do you want to go in with Maze ult?
Yeah. That's fine.
yeah, I think
Go.
I can get a nade if the nade ult works well. Just try and scout Hanzo here. I might die to that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
big. You're fine.
Big blizzard though, follow up.
Oh, nobody
I
can.
got the Lucio.
The bomb
I'm dead.
killed us.
That's nice, they've got no beat.
Hanzo right.
You probably have... They used Bob, they used Hanzo ult. Did they use Nano?
No, we won't be able to contest.
Ah, dang.
Okay.
Meatball?
Damn.
Nice try, guys.
I didn't do
Nice try.
Damn it.
I didn't restart it, so unlucky. We'll do I can roll.
Jayne, my Orisa shield fell through the world.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's enough.
I was so confused.
Okay, so for this time, Knack, like I like this. I think we're gonna keep the teams just to try and build up a little bit of synergy as we go, almost like play a scrim block or something like that. But Knack, if you are going for these like crazier flanks or things like that, just let your team know. And so the flanks themselves aren't a bad idea by any means, but the timing of it is important, both when you're initiating. Give me a second. Apparently, I have Discord message notifications on. So, yeah, Nat, call out your timing of your flanks as well. And then when we're actually going in, there's... So, Lynn, you're going to be playing support, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I don't mean to like throw you onto that, but like one of the things that happened at the very start, like you did a great job on kind of you know, you called the speed to go in and things like that, but we don't have any kind of plans or ideas once we're actually go in. Like, we were playing with a May wall, but the wall went up and it was pretty decent. There was just like the tiny crack where I got it right, but the wall play wasn't called or anything. So anytime we're fighting, that's not planned. Just like already we're doing kind of shot calls, we're doing pathing and things like that. And all that is good, but once you've actually gotten into the fight, that's the one piece of the plan that's kind of not together, right? So when we're actually trying to win, or once you have called a fight, just what is the play once you actually get in contact with the opponent? So Lynn, if you want to at least start the conversation, you don't have to decide every time, but if somebody has an ult, just be like, ask that person, or like, hey, how do you want to use this ult this fight, or something like that. So,
I can definitely do that.
So just start the conversation about getting to the fight. You guys have already nailed that down. Like, you know, it took one map and you're already starting to work together as a team. But gotta have a plan, at least how you're going to attempt to win the fight.
Okay.
And if you want to play Bastion, play Bastion.
Oh boy.
Okay, I
happy
just
to go
want to
along
make
with that, so-
absolute sure you guys agree with me going Bash.
Go for it.
That's
Look, we're
fine.
on
That's
a
fine.
Okie dokie.
Doesn't work,
Go
we can
for it.
swap off. But
Heck yeah, let's go.
Let's rock and roll.
do we want to?
Time
Do we
to
want
get the.
to double shield Bastion?
Actually, I think it's better to have like one shield and maybe a hog.
Okay.
It'd be cool for the pulls, but you could go whatever if you want.
So it's where are we setting up with our Bastion?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Just like on
I
the
don't
corner
really
here?
play that much with
Yeah.
shields, honestly.
Oh, the aggression! Holy snap!
Call your
We
pulls.
need to wait for a shield.
I'm going to the right side.
Okay, I'll come with you. I'm gonna try and just pocket
my
Bastion
ping,
here.
my-
At least little.
Let's move up to choke.
I'm getting
They got
DDoS.
Hanzo again, be careful. Hands of Doom.
Alright, so we're gonna need to put your shields up a little
I'm gonna
further.
Yep.
Nice pull.
Nice.
Where's Doom? Or where's Doom behind? Doom behind.
Two
back
mommy,
left.
two mommy. Oh wait, there's no shield. Ah.
Can we move
It's
in?
down.
Lucio's one.
Yep. I'm getting beaten
We
up.
can play a little slower here because we can't break shields.
Just wait for us to heal. Ours is low.
No shield, no shield, no shield.
I'm gonna bap
Shield
ult.
up, shield up, shield up.
Nice, can we use it?
Left.
Back up, back up, back up.
You got D-Mac?
Got her.
Nice. We're up 3.
Lucio to the
move it?
left.
Push,
Lucio
push,
to the
push,
left.
push up, push up,
All
push
the way
up, left, push up left.
Get rank, get rank, get rank.
Lucio left.
Dead.
Move to point.
Nice, no rolls, no rolls.
Just get Lucio.
More on point.
Good morning, good morning.
More
Do it,
deep,
do it, do it.
Yeah.
Hands is on the high ground, hands are on the high ground. Top right. Hands on top right, hands on top right.
I don't see him.
Lucio on point, Lucio on point.
Get Lucio, he's
Hanzo.
contesting.
Give me a
Lucio
second.
first, Lucio first.
Lucio still on point.
That Lucio's still alive!
My lord.
Nice, good job.
Hey, nice job, yes. Alright, pirate ship!
Let's
go.
let you heal this.
Pirate ship.
Shield's coming up. I'll pop shield up whenever we open the door.
Watch out for Hanzo, because he's probably going to be playing like top right or something, and that can be rough.
I want to see.
Fucking.
What is that shield?
No.
Right.
Friends one.
Big.
This Lucio
Need a
still
backup
one over here.
for a bit.
Diva.
Oh,
Behind.
We avoid it.
I'm down.
More in left.
They're getting real aggressive.
More one.
More me.
They're focusing me.
Diva.
Diva on me.
I've got superchargers.
There's one in the back.
You know, one
in
hit.
the back.
He's out.
Hands of main.
Oh,
I can res you.
Onto one.
No problem.
Okay, I'm gonna use my ult in front of our bap.
Oh, hands on top right. Hands of main.
That's on mega pack.
Ash high ground.
There's one behind.
Right. Move right. I'm trapped with Ryan. Okay, we're down 2. 4v6.
Let's reset fast.
yeah, reset.
Yeah, reset.
I'm close to getting my ult again.
Do we want to change anything here?
Could go top left around and avoid the choke.
That's a good idea. I'd say we
Yeah.
try it. That's group.
I just need to not let Hanzo see us though.
Yeah.
He did. I think he saw us.
That Hanzo is really tough. You gotta...
Yeah. Let's just completely avoid the choke and go left. I can engage with these.
Wait.
Wait.
Sorry, they're right here. They're waiting for us.
I'm using ult.
Go for it.
Damage boosting.
Nice.
Come back for heals, come back. Hands behind.
I'm down.
Ooh, that's a TK.
Okay, I'm gonna switch from Bastion now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off Orisa.
I'm gonna go Pharah for Mercy.
Okay.
Okay.
We can do that.
They have an Ashe though.
Yeah, I think it'll still work. I'm not sure.
There's a Hanzo in this room to the left.
I'm on.
I have bubble.
Point.
That's gonna be a hard one for me to watch. Absolutely should have gone in with Valkyrie, 100%.
Hanzo top left with
Ryan dead.
Lucio on point with
Fire
Diva.
here.
With
Someone
Diva, Diva's half.
Nice wall. Who's on point?
Lucio.
Dragon strike, careful.
left. Both snipers are still top right. Can we get them?
Yep. Watch out for flank from behind.
I have Blizzard.
Yeah,
can't
Can I
get up
use
there.
Blizzard in the next fight?
There's a Diva top right.
They're all up top.
They're all on high ground. They're all on
They're
high
coming
ground.
to him.
Shatter coming in.
Nice block. Oh, God,
I got one. There's a Hanzo top right, so be
Okay, we're
careful.
down.
I think we want to reset.
Mercy just back out.
I'm about to have grab this 5. We have Shatter. What do they use? They use Shatter. They use Diva Bomb. They use Dragons.
Okay, we have Shatter up. Let's go into Shatter.
They probably know we have Shadow though. We're gonna break the shields.
Hanzo just went up top.
Hanzo's top
Okay, I'm
right.
gonna use this.
Then go with Mercy. They're fire.
There's the Ashe behind.
Oh!
I'll res.
Now we can shatter.
Alright, wait.
I used it.
reset.
I used
Oh,
it.
That's okay, we still have grab.
I got killed by the fire strike as he was
Go
spraying.
Lucio for the sweeps.
Okay.
I'll help you in.
okay,
You're gonna have to call it your grab.
Alright.
Top
As soon
right.
as Demon goes
Hanzo.
down, I'll do it. They don't have beat.
Okay, I'm gonna speed on the engage. And we go for the grab. Yes.
Lucio's one in the back.
Go push. Get the rank.
And you're
hands up off.
Oh.
Behind us.
Diva no DM.
There's Hanzo behind.
Play in the room. Get the Hanzo. Hanzo's one in the room. Hanzo one.
Nice.
I don't know if I hit anything.
Just
the
stay here
castle.
for Lucio. Oh no.
No.
Spin to win.
We've nearly got fired.
Dragon's coming in point.
I'm not gonna get barrage on time, I don't think so.
It's possible. Let's go for it.
Hanzo top right.
Focus more
behind.
half.
Ball's still
If we get
going.
this more, they'll be down heals.
No, I got pinned.
Healing on point. Run, pushed up.
Watch out for the Hanzo up top.
Got him.
Stand point.
Nice, we have barrage. It's winnable.
Oh.
Nice, Saga.
That was too far.
I got
Sorry, we got
81.
point.
I got 81% of that spin to win. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so for a couple things here.
What does Jayne have for us, or is he
Can you guys hear me okay?
in the chat? I
Am
assume.
I muted? No, I'm unmuted now. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Killa, on Mercy,
Yeah.
Mercy's job in terms of mechanics is really not that exciting. Not a ton of stuff for you to do, right? So you need to compensate from the lack of ability to actually do a ton as your own character by providing a lot of kind of information and scouting. Which means watching the flanks quite a bit, and then also watching behind you. Like there was one time, I'm not sure if you're wearing a headset, but the Hanzo snuck up behind you.
Yeah, that was on me.
Yeah, did you hear him?
I didn't, and I think it was just because It was either tunnel vision or it was just because of the noise of like all of us in
Yeah,
that
it
room,
very
but
well
didn't-
could have been tunnel vision, but there's always going to be. It takes like very little effort in order to kind of just like look behind you or every couple seconds, right? Even if you do it 10 times and there's nothing there, the 11th time something is there, it might save the fight, right? It's kind of like something if they have a Reaper flanking or something like that. Not only is it a Reaper flanking, so that you know how to not be there, but it means that the front line doesn't have a Reaper, and if you're playing like Reaper front line, then you can just run them over. Right, so it gives you more information that you can convey to the front line. So as a support, especially one of the lower mechanical skill supports, you need to kind of compensate and make sure your brain is still working at 100%. You don't get to take a vacation just because you're playing an easier character. So make sure you're kind of like a radar. You're like beep boop, enemy is here, beep boop, sort of thing. And then Mercy again. The ultimate isn't the Mercy's ultimate is more along the lines of like Moira's Beam, where it's a tempo ultimate. So especially if your team is grouped up and engaged in a teamfight and you have Valkyrie, probably a good time to just pop it and hope for the best. Like, there's the survivability you get, and then the entire team. The longer a fight goes on when you have a tempo ult activated, the higher chance of victory you have. Lynn, for you, this was happening on Lucio with your amp it ups as well, but on Baptiste as well. Baptiste's 2 cooldowns really, really long. And you're using them quite freely or quite liberally, and they're not getting a ton of value.
Fair, yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's probably best for you to hold out until it gets a lot of value, because even if the cooldowns that you use get some value when you're using them, it's kind of like you wait until you have it. Let's say that you wait until some of your team's taking damage, or you're waiting till so you can poke and use immortality so that you can try and shoot against the Hanzo and he can't kill you or something like that. Even if in that specific scenario you gain some value, like it was useful, immediately after that it removes the options that you have, and the opponent can now play around the fact that you don't have cooldowns. So ideally you're going to want to use your cooldowns to counter opposing cooldowns or kind of prevent kills, but not to just gain resources mid-fight. So try and use them in that regard instead. Like, be way, way more careful on holding your cooldowns until they'll get kind of like really, really quite distinct value, because there's the additional threat of the entire time that you have it but didn't use it, you always had the option to, and then the opponent they just feel passively pressured by the fact that that cooldown is available to them, so the number of plans that they can execute is decreased. Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay, and then Cinnamon on the Pharah. So, do you know your jump techs on Pharah?
Wait, what?
If, like shooting the ground with your rocket while you're jump. Yeah, so especially when you're getting pocketed by Mercy, you should pretty much always do that. It gives you more opportunity. Additionally, using the concussion blast on rooftops, like slanted rooftops, works really well for propelling you horizontal distances, like a big range. So on Pharah, like you were trying to close those distances to try and get up towards the Ashe and the Hanzo, and you were dueling them at long range, right? So if you are playing the long range, you want to be using the concussion to kind of transfer between vertical cover, and then in order to get up into the air with as much fuel as possible, you should always be rocket jumping, especially if you have a pocket from Mercy. It's to the point where even if you're a little bit low, you may as well just like drop down and get the extra boost from the rocket jump. So, yeah, like you're, it kind of feels like your concussion blast is an offensive one for like getting boops and things, but you should really treat it as your concussion is horizontal mobility and your jump jets are vertical mobility, and you can use them together, like offensively with an ultimate, or you can just like blast the ground with the jump jet. And get a ton of altitude for free. So that's what I had for you.
You guys ready for a full hold?
Hopefully.
Can I go back?
Yeah, definitely.
Go for it.
Boy. I'm trying to think. Do we want to continue with the Reinhardt, or something like Sigma, Orisa, Winston, different main tank?
By the way, if somebody wants to play DPS, I can.
So we know we have the main.
I haven't been doing guest
first
winner
joke
recently. I'll bring it back, but I'm not
Pokemon,
doing it
what's the
right now.
best,
I'm just getting back
choice
into
for that?
streaming.
I mean, I think with that kind of choke, we really could go like long range poke. Like
No,
Orisa,
Peter.
Sigma,
I picked
just
them
kind of
randomly, and then
follow
I just
down
coached the
there,
team
or
that
if you
needs
want,
it
we can
more.
circle down,
I'll switch
you
to the other team soon.
Either
Should I
or.
go junk or sim?
I'm comfortable on either.
Yeah, we could go very spammy if you want.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
Do some
Spammy?
more-
Go for
Are
it.
you doing Orisa Sigma?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be great if my ping didn't shoot to 200 anytime.
Wait, are you not in America though?
No, I am. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just with the Vega
Wait,
internet.
Pog champ,
wait,
Texas.
wait. You're in Texas and your ping is lower than mine.
Yes.
Guys, where do we want to hold? We want to hold back here?
I'd say
Or we wanna hold
Thanks,
up?
Peter.
Yeah, I'm just throwing.
hold
the,
either right at the
I'm
choke or
just,
back at this
traps
corner.
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be holding by this car.
If anything, the second that they push past where my trap is. Oh,
Widow,
no?
Widow.
Where was that?
Nice.
Where's the widow?
In the.
Widow
in the
is
little-
behind.
Yeah.
I can hear her. That was part of the plan.
Where was that?
He survived.
Oh, she's
he
still back
survived
there.
with one hit.
Get the rank, get the
That was my
rank.
bad.
Right there, right there, right there, right there.
I fucked up.
Break dead. Break dead. Break dead.
Nice, nice, nice.
Rotate right. Nope. All right. Nope.
What is to the left side, all the way left side?
Ooh.
I'm gonna rest.
Wait, I thought Star was still banned from Widow. Damn it.
Yeah, those was bad for widow.
Got her?
Nice, good job.
Oh.
Just you and the
Thank
Sigma on point. Get Ryan, on top.
Star bad.
We can test or good.
I don't think we can test
no.
it.
No, we can't.
We're just gonna have to do our best here.
I'm just gonna try and spam and save tire.
All right.
I
We can
fucked
hold
up.
choke.
So-
You guys want to hold choke?
That was my bad. I fucked up.
More in the room.
Let's group,
I should
let's
have
group.
killed the widow.
Be really aware of poke, because they've got a lot of long range damage.
They're going left side.
Ryan's underneath. Ryan's in the room.
Ryan's
Ryan's
left.
Right.
Ryan's going.
They're going all the way around.
going for high.
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah, Lucio's above us. Be careful. Oh, they have a spell.
All right. I'm just gonna take contest card. No, we can't, guys.
I don't know why I played handsome.
Lucio's triggered.
All right. I'm just gonna contest her. Go that guy. They're not even pushing card. It's just Diva.
Behind.
Oh Jesus.
Immortality down? Nope.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try and
guys,
see if
we need to group up.
Yes.
Wait for Arisa.
I was delaying him. As long as I can headbang this fight.
Oh, we
Longer,
reset, so
tired.
game's not gonna end right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan's at the door.
So both our DPS went high ground there, but we have 2 shields, so let's try and use them.
Yeah.
I have Lux.
You're over there.
Back room. Immortality on you guys? No immortality. Ryan. Okay, we gotta push out of here.
We're down our tank. We're down Arisa.
I'm gonna regen and then we push, okay?
Soldier to the right.
2, 1, I'm pushing out.
There's a soldier behind us.
Yeah.
Get
Uh-oh.
near.
Oh gosh, it spawned. Oh no.
Let's reset 6. Just wait for Rissa.
I believe in you, Lynn.
Wait for Zara.
I feel like I'm just not doing anything. Sure, what?
Same.
I can't get an angle because of Star.
Guys, we haven't had 6 yet. They're all high ground.
Top right. Winston, or Ryan's really low. Winston, I'll heal you.
Got him.
Nice.
Nice, really good pick. I've got immortality.
Watch it.
Ryan's weak.
Arisa, if you
bongo
can move
here.
back, I can heal. I got you, Arisa.
Dang it.
Ash 1.
Come back for heals. Back around the corner. Nice.
Cool.
We've got a lot of poke here, so we can really try and drag these fights out. Winston, how do you want to play this?
Just try and get cleave, get our ult.
Right.
Friend Discord.
Round 1.
There's a Diva behind us.
He's weak.
Get the Diva.
Diva
Ryan's
back
low.
down.
Ryan's really low.
Immortality on you guys. Back right. Back touch.
Oh, fuck.
Now we're getting sandwiched.
Yep.
I have window. I'm gonna use it on right's wonder.
We touch?
Oh, okay. I was poop.
F.
Nice try.
Oh,
So yeah,
I don't know what I like.
Nice
I
job.
did everything wrong there.
So that probably
Yeah,
felt.
I did everything.
Yep.
Oh,
Most of the
It
game
felt
was
like, it
trying
felt
to
like
get
we
an
were
angle
losing
to
the team
shoot.
fight on like.
That's
Yeah,
not
that
bad.
probably felt
Oh, man.
absolutely terrible to play against, right?
Well,
Yeah.
considering Star broke his Widow ban.
Ow.
At the same time.
I mean, yes, but after on Soldier, it still sucked real bad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
I didn't like.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
double
boy.
shields, like starting out with double shields, you're kind of when you watch Overwatch League, this is going to be something that you can kind of take a look out for because the two main compositions that are being run right now are Reinhardt and Diva, and then Reinhardt and Orisa. Now, anytime you're playing the Reinhardt and Orisa and you're doing the double shields, you're really only defending or attacking from one singular angle. It's forward or backwards because you don't have the Diva. So if people have high ground on you, let alone a flank high ground or something like that, your shields don't really do anything for you because they're not shooting the shields, and then the shields are meant to block one direction. And if like I was watching Mirror Bright on second point when you were on Orisa, and you were just like, to no fault of your own, you were lost as to what to do, right? Because you were kind of like, you were on the ground, and there were so many things happening on the high ground, and then you eventually just like, you're like, I'm gonna go contest cart because I have literally nothing else that I can do, and you're just like, what do I do? And sometimes it feels like that, but there's a couple things that you can do here. So this is where it comes in with real big coordination. But so first, in general, is that when you're playing this double shield and there is a high ground, you should take it. Even if you're not going to use it for longer than a couple of seconds, right? Take that high ground because gravity is always in your favor, and you can always just like stop being on the high ground by jumping off. And with the double shield stuff, you do like being really close to things because you can do things like drop your shield so the Reinhardt can swing without getting frozen or damaged, or use your halt, and so you can like just play on high grounds and then immediately drop on top of people and just brawl it out because shields and healing, it's ridiculous. But there's the other thing is that the like rotations are going to be really, really important because especially at kind of lower ranks when you're playing these double shields, you assume that you're always playing kind of front back sort of thing. But if you get flanked, what you should be doing on double shields is always kind of like playing like a little bit bunkerish because you want them to fight you in close where you have the advantage. And the point is that when they're not fighting in close, you want to make sure that they have absolutely zero effectiveness because of your double shield. So that requires you to actually rotate around and respond to wherever the actual threat is coming from, which includes even doing things like flipping the map, which is where if you're on, it doesn't really matter, but it's where a defending or attacking team, when they're using something like double shield or if you're playing something like goats, it's where you actually, if they're spread out, for example, if they're trying to flank you, you as defenders go into like the attacker's position, or you as the attackers go into the defender's position. When you're in the middle of the fight, it doesn't really matter where the spawn doors are. And especially if you're playing the attackers and you switch into the defender's position, that can be really, really strong because then if you take control of the payload, you, instead of trying to push the payload, you kind of pull the payload. You drag it away from the defenders who now have to like keep up with you. So that's why that felt so bad, is because they had Star Drummer and Baby Blizz were playing extremely flanky, really on the high ground, and your tanks couldn't get any value at all. So it was no individual person's fault that went wrong. It's that you were playing this very linear, very tanky kind of bunker composition, and you were getting flanked before you could get set up, and you couldn't push in. Like even so, if you guys think where a third point icon vault is, respawning third point and trying to fight on second point, think about how difficult it was for you guys to push out there through the left door. If you had gone out through the right door, then that would have been more kind of linear. They couldn't have gotten a flank on you or anything like that, and you could have pushed out and gotten a place for your backline to come in behind you to actually push in a one singular direction instead of trying to push in out through that left door where they could be on the left side, on the right side. They had high ground. Bad days over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed both Ryan shatters, like I didn't get my immortality out, and I think it was just because there was so much going on, I wasn't tracking that at all.
Yeah. So there's all of you probably made individual mistakes, right? But
Yes.
macro issues are going to be the first thing and the most important. In Overwatch, it really sucks.
Yeah.
But like the team compositions and how they mesh together is going to be the primary reason why people win or people lose. Your micro mistakes, for example, like your actual play style, is going to matter more than your cooldowns, and your cooldown usage is going to matter more than your ultimate usage. Kind of like, when there's there's things that are kind of outside of your control matter a lot in Overwatch, but the things that are in your control, like how you play, how you use your cooldowns, how you use your ultimates, those are what you can control, but in the large scale of things, they matter less than how you play as a team.
Jayne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two things. One thing, I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Okay.
And the other thing is, when we go into this kind of situation where we're just getting stomped and clapped after clapped after clapped,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm not doing anything, what can one do to try to change that?
So in ranked or in like a...
Yeah, like in ranked or something like that, because this happens a lot in ranked as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in ranked, I don't know whether or not people actually get teams that respond to what you're doing in ranked.
Yeah,
But,
that's like.
but the number one thing that I would do if you're in ranked is try and pick a character that is self-sufficient, right? So if the entire team as 6 is getting rolled, if you can pick some character that can at least stay alive on its own and does not require the teamwork of other people, like things like Hog, you know, Moira is going to be a really good one just to kind of stay alive. Anything that you can use to require fewer resources from your team. Like if the team as a whole is getting destroyed and you need the team to survive, it's time to play a little bit more solo, especially if you can kind of like take control of a different space so that the opponent can't use that. You know, like if the flanks are what's causing you to die, pick a character that's going to be a little bit more self-sufficient, and in addition to that, try and pick something that's going to be able to take the flanks back from the opponent. Like Stardrummer's a really good player, right? There's a reason he's always on the flanks. It's not because he's memeing. It's because he's free. Nobody's contesting him because we don't have, like, Stardrummer, you know, he's high masters. He's probably a GM level DPS player.
I was waiting for the meme that you were going to reveal. It was like Kabaji or somebody like that.
No. But, you know, the Widowmaker, like that, Stardrummer playing against masters or GM players would get way, way, way less effectiveness. His aim wouldn't even come into the equation because the space that he's using, the angles that he's taking to find those shots, just would not be available to him. Teams would either not be in areas where he's being threatened, or that space would be taken up by tanks, or, right? So.
Well,
So Soldier
question-
might actually be a good idea when in this situation.
Yes, Soldier would be. Well, he's very mobile. He's got his healing station, so he can be self-sustaining, trying to duel people on flanks, and he's long-range DPS and can hold high ground flanks himself. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would switching to double off?
I have to go now, so sorry. Sorry about that.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
GG.
Thank you.
Would switching to double off tanks like a Zarya or like a Zarya Hog, Zarya Diva be acceptable in that situation?
I
to
would
counter,
definitely want a Diva, but Diva
Okay.
Hog is okay for those situations, yeah.
Okay.
You know, Diva
'Cause I
Hog
see- I
is
see
kind of
that
like
switch made a lot.
I've won a lot in comp where gone like I had the other person playing like Diva or Hog or something like that, and then I switched to the other one, Diva Hog. Diva Hog has actually been used, believe it or not, in the Overwatch League. It was used by New
I think I
York,
saw that game,
but
yeah.
so it's a very, very aggressive kind of like anti-dive composition, right? It loses basically instantly against any sort of barrier or any sort of objective pressure. But if that's not a factor, you know, if the opponent's not playing like that, then it doesn't really matter. And Diva Hog are pretty decent. Okay, I'm gonna swap in for the guy who had to leave.
Okay.
And then yeah.
So you can coach us as to what we can do correctly.
So let's do a Legion game.
Okay.
Ooh.
Star was saying if we played Anubis, he was going to play Widow.
Okay, so control center. So let's play meta, really. Let's get
Okay.
a Mei.
Can I make a role change and play healer?
Of course.
Yeah, I was wanting to do that too.
Yeah, so like we've got
You guys can both play healer. I'll
either
play
Reinhardt Diva or Reinhardt Orisa. And then for DPS, some sort of hit scan, so it can either be Tracer McCree or Widowmaker.
Would
Second,
someone else rather go Diva?
I could go Diva.
Okay.
and then we'll need a Mei, and then
Who's your DPS?
I can do DPS.
Okay.
If nobody else
I'll go
wants to.
Ryan.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and then what do you want to play? Epsilon, Lucio?
I am more comfortable on like a Moira or a Zenyatta Lucio. My Lucio is very subpar.
Mirror, can you play Lucio?
Not very well. I've been learning.
Okay, I will
can
play
play
Lucio.
Lucio if you
Epsilon,
guys
can you play DPS?
Yes, I can.
Okay, play McCree. Or,
Oh,
yeah, let's
perfect.
do McCree.
This is what I've been playing in my ranked games anyway.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to go onto the high ground, right? And we can just poke them out with our McCree, so we don't have to take a fight right off the bat, right? But as soon as we kind of get a wall or get an ante or something like that, I'm going to call amp speed, and we're all going to go in, okay?
Okay.
So just play in
Just want
white,
me to
play
hold
slow.
top right? Or when we're up there?
Yeah, no, we're just going top left up into the white room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just play slow. We don't have bubbles or anything like that, so we want to keep our distance. Let's play in here, guys. This is white over here.
There's-
Okay.
We're not going all the way.
They're rotating up to our old spawn.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so just poke them out. So be on our side. And we've got a McCree, so we're fine. Just play slow. Try and keep your cooldowns as much as possible.
Tracer's behind us.
Yep.
No recall.
So the Tracer used recall.
Is that right?
Okay, we already lost our wall. Let's just move on to point
The
here.
right side, the right side.
Push the line, push the line.
Yeah, move on to point. Move on to point, Ryan. Just take this really slow. No, we're no rush. No rush.
Okay.
Tracer on your Ana.
Need heals? Heal Ryan, heal Ryan.
Okay. Super slow still.
Diva half to the left.
Okay, so they can't push into us because we've got May and we've still got McCree for the poke, so we're good.
Lucio's good. Up. Diva.
Lock the cooldowns, nice. Spike point.
Okay, good job, team. Okay, so we've got Nano.
Yep.
Okay, so what DPS are they playing? Yes, they're playing Kree and Tracer. So this time we're just going to hold choke, and then you're going to nano our Reinhardt, and we're just going to destroy their Reinhardt, okay?
Okay.
So as soon as you see the defense matrix go down, Epsilon, just flash their shield and right-click the Reinhardt. Let's hold this up. Let's hold up.
I think they're going all the way left side.
Yeah,
Where's the
going
Reinhardt?
through-
It only matters where the Reinhardt
They're
is.
white. He's at white.
He's at white? Okay, Reinhardt, let's go back to white. Same plan.
He rotated back. He rotated
Okay.
back.
Mind games. We got
Yeah, he's rotating back between. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's rotating
to the
back
left.
between white and
McCree
old.
Lucio to
I
the
don't
left.
see the Reinhardt.
He's in the very back.
Okay, yeah. Just keep up on the Reinhardt.
Ryan.
Hey, nano our Ryan, and let's go. Still focus him. Help your Rhino. Just stay with your nano Ryan.
Ooh. I lagged in that one.
Oh, that's fine.
No.
Okay, what do we have here? We've got Blizzard coming up. We got Slam. So we can either go for a Flash Shatter or try and use Blizzard.
Okay.
You want to try and Flash Shatter?
Sure.
So Epsilon, you're just gonna say 3, 2, 1. Like it's gonna be probably mid-fight. Don't try and get it right off the bat because you're gonna have to go against the, go against the actual defense matrix. But Epsilon, you're gonna have to shout that at the top of your voice.
Oh, bomb.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to shout it like max volume is 3, 2, 1 now, and then after you hear now, just shatter Killua.
Okay.
Even the back line.
What is this diva doing?
What's Stevie doing?
3, 2. Wall.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Watch for the
I
bomb.
think Diva's lagging and I'm dead.
We're down one. Just
Yeah.
You
Play
want
slow.
to Go for it. Ryan's really low. Alright.
McCree left side in white.
We need a pause.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost a player.
They
We lost
DC.
player.
Oh my god, I'm just spinning.
Swap to red team. Good enough.
Ryan is just helicoptering on my screen. This is great. Oh god, I don't know what angle I'm gonna spawn in. Okay,
Good. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Alright, where's
The
Ryan?
Ryan
He's
is
in the middle.
AFK. Should we?
Oh, pause.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, it's still no. We're good. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Whenever we're ready.
3, 2,
Oh, wait.
1.
Tracer no recall back line.
I missed him.
Let's go in.
Get the Ryan. Ryan. Nice, get
Get
Ryan.
this Ryan. Get the lamp.
McCree back line.
Epic
McCree's
heals?
behind.
Trees behind, so is Tracer.
Feeling, get the McCree. McCree's one.
No.
Ryan's
Run.
really overextended right now.
Oh damn. Okay, we got Blizzard
Sorry
here.
back there. The
I almost
McCree
have another
was
right now.
good one. Drop shield to shatter.
Zarina first.
Caitlin, whenever you see the opportunity, just throw a wall up behind their main line and drop Blizz.
Alright, let's go.
Tracer's behind us.
Good juke.
We okay?
Yeah, we're still here. Okay.
Get back.
Right.
Chase after them.
Nice. They've got little heals. Ryan. Right top.
Nice.
Push.
Sorry, low.
Lucio. Half a point.
Got him. Nice.
Got him.
McCree left.
Okay, what else do we have here? We got Nano again? Okay, so let's do the same thing. Let's try and let's stop their Reinhardt from getting in here. And then use Nano on them. Go, move up, guys. Move up, move up. Oh, no. Sad face. Okay, just play.
we left Jayne.
No, play back on the point. Just yeah, when their Reinhardt comes into contact with our Reinhardt, just use Nano. Go. Support your Rein.
Bop. Nice.
Oh, I'm down.
Go Lucio, go Lucio. Lucius
McCree on point. McCree white.
I'm sorry. Swinble.
Jesus.
Macrina flash.
He's on me.
Nice.
Lucio flash.
Only have Lucio heals.
Zarya frozen.
Nice. No heals.
Zarya's one.
Got him. Huge.
Somebody's gonna get a touch. I'm gonna assume it's gonna try and be Tracer.
Tracer. Left.
Huge flash. Huge flash. Let's go, team.
Let's go.
Nice work.
That was a huge
Predictable.
flash right there.
Predictable.
We got him. I
will never top that in any other game I ever played.
You peaked.
Okay, so this time let's do the Orisa and the Reaper. So Cinnamon go Orisa and Epsilon go Reaper.
Gotcha.
So this time we're gonna go white, which is gonna be left side, and then basically we're gonna rush into them with
So
speed.
Jayne, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I am playing on control.
I believe in you.
Oh wow.
Is that Killua?
No, that was Epsilon.
Oh, Epsilon. Nice. Killua's frame rate is like 5. Okay, left side. Left side. Into white. So we don't want to be in the open because we're playing this very linear comp, right? We're gonna have to hit them like a train.
Behind him.
Yeah, go. Get him. Huge wall. All the way. Come in here. Forward. I've got a speed boost. Let's go. Speed, like, into them. Go all in.
Go. Get the Rein.
You have to hit them like a train.
Rein top. Heal Rein. Nice.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just got sniped. We can still
Let's go to point.
Yeah, go to point. Okay, so like there has to be absolutely zero fear in this composition at all.
Yeah.
They have a Widow.
Here comes the pain.
Starter.
There's a Lucio nearby.
Be back on point in 3.
Where are they going? They're going to bridge?
They went over bridge.
They're going right side.
Okay, we got wall. Speeding. Let's go. Get on the Rhine.
Get the Rein. Right.
Ana behind us.
Yeah,
Ana
on
behind
it. Let's go.
Where's Sana?
Okay, good.
Nice. Deep in the bridge.
Nice. Okay.
I'm Nano here. We have Nano Shatter.
Do we want to use an ult next fight?
We've got the nano, so pretty much every time we just nano our Rhine and speed in.
Ash, just go.
Oh god.
Bob Slate.
Oh,
Nano our Rhine if you can at the bridge.
Oh, what a incredible.
Sorry, I messed with Shatter. Get the Rein. Winnable.
You're all super low.
Yeah, reload.
Huge
Rhine
Epsilon.
Slate.
No healers. They have no healers.
No heals.
Just stall it out. Just miss that.
We're coming back.
Mercury's one to my right. Mercury down.
They just switched to McCree, right?
Ash.
Yeah, go team.
Yeah, Starter Armor was on Widow before.
Yeah.
There's a Lucio all the way right side in the right room.
Yeah, there is. He's behind.
Okay, what else do we
There's
have
one
here?
all the way around.
Yeah, so this time we can just supercharge her.
Oh, yeah.
So let them kind of like Orisa, drop the supercharger like behind one of these pillars when they push in.
They're coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking
Just,
for wall.
yeah, let them come in a little bit so that we have more room on the supercharger.
McCree down.
Rein wobble.
Okay, you can super.
Rein half. Rein, nice. Rein triple. Heal Rein.
Nice. They have to touch.
Get
come
the
here.
diva.
Oh, I got.
Anime.
Nice.
May coming to touch. May.
Lucio point.
May no ice block. Get the May. May.
Bob to sleep.
Get May.
Might just need to back out.
Yeah, I think, we don't have any ults here. Okay.
I almost have a lane. Or
So this
lane.
same thing. Like we don't want to go bridge, so we'll go white, and then we'll just rush into them, right? And they've got a Pharah now, but no Mercy, so we like really need to just go all in on their Reinhardt,
Their
right?
Mei wall.
Oh,
no.
Wait, what?
hey,
this?
Happened
so
to
at the
my-
very last frame that a
they're
pole
down to
gets.
You know what? That's fine. Let's go.
They're down 2. Go.
That?
Get more. More in a fight. More in a fight.
More left. More left.
More.
More on me.
Baby diva, baby diva, baby
Where?
diva. Fair.
Run half. Heal your Ryan.
Mei on me. Mei on me. Mei on
Ryan's
me.
one.
Fair one.
Point,
Baby
go
diva one.
Mei on a point. Mei on a point. Mei on a point.
Mei's ult, nice.
Nice.
Got it.
Lucio.
Lucio.
Good baby diva.
Yes.
We
No!
have Shatter.
What
They
HP?
bomb, right? Get Ryan. You're diva.
I'm throwing my shield in there.
Nice.
Pharah's back.
Winnable.
No.
Do we have ammo heal at some point?
Nice, Epsilon.
Really good. Only have Lucio heals?
No, I'm dead too.
Oh,
No, they only have.
We're going in one at a time.
Yeah, we should
We
regroup.
were in a stall. Okay, let's get out of here,
does
Epsilon.
anybody understand what happened to how the teammate of?
I have no idea what that was.
Okay, so what
betrayal.
happens is that in order for Diva to destroy a projectile, she needs to own it. So the way that the game engine works is that she takes control of the halt on the last frame before she destroys it. So,
Wow.
yo, Pharah's coming for this. Watch. Pharah, behind us. Get her?
Fair one.
Shattering.
Huge.
Huge, get the rank. Run top, nice. Get the more frozen. Nice.
Oh god, that's bad.
I was out of LOS in that. What do you mean?
We're safe.
Diva.
Diva.
Evac.
Oh no.
I can shield. Baby diva.
Huge.
Nice.
Fair.
Nice.
Ball on point.
Heal you, Ryan. Nice. Good ball. Lucio.
Lucio's solo. Come here.
Get the more. More on the ground. More one. More. Nice. Good. Diva.
Diva.
Oh wow.
Ball. Ball half in the sky.
Ball one.
Ball. Tracer. No recall.
Yes. WinRARs. We are WinRARs.
Have Shatter.
Lucio.
May coming up. May. Man point. Nice half. May noise block. May. Get me. No cool dance.
He's dead.
Lucio pull down.
Lucio.
Diva.
Lucio half. Nice.
Ball.
Ball purple one. Nice.
Diva.
More.
Diva.
Diva.
Diva
Can't
Tracer in the
believe
back.
this fight is still going on.
Diva. Tracer.
Man. Nice. We got.
Nice, you capped. More gonna fade. Main.
Come here, Moira.
I'm stuck.
Mei on me.
Get me. I know I block.
May's dead. Nice D.
Nice, huge blizzard.
Diva.
Got the
Diva
ball.
Lucio.
Oh. How is this fight still happening?
It's alright, it's almost done.
Is that our blizzard? No, it's not. Oh
No,
god.
just
Oh my
Step
god.
off for a sec.
Somebody's got a
We
touch.
don't need to go here anyway.
No.
Diva half, you won. Diva's low on point. What else they have? They have
no.
Diva, we really gotta kill her.
Wow. Okay.
South Korea shit.
Masterful.
I mean, what?
What in the world? Holy.
I was memeing for like half of that because I was like, we've got this like 3 times.
Damn it, Jayne, you threw.
Okay.
Woo.
Let's just be assholes. Let's do Sim Junkrat and then Baptiste. Do you know how to teleport us into the window then?
Not a clue.
Okay, so you know the main kind of like choke before the open courtyard with the mega pack on the right side?
Yeah.
You go from there, you look up to the right at the windows above the point.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. We're going left right now. We're going left to Mega.
Just on the thing.
You can do it here as well.
Yeah.
I know where
Science.
I'm going for.
Okay.
Yeah, so you do it from there into the
Come
window.
over here, put it in the window.
It's up, it's up, it's up.
Let's go!
Nice, use it.
Oh,
no,
God.
it's okay, it's alright, it's alright.
Ooh, Widow,
Widow again.
Widow. Punish him, Jayne.
I'm not letting him get away with this. Come here.
Yes. Guys, can you report our Reddit, Lucio?
Hey, I got a
so
kill.
they have-
Where are your kills?
They have May Widow. Alright.
Okay, so let's go high ground here.
Wanna try it again?
Yeah,
Switch to McCree.
we can teleport from the high ground as well.
Yeah, okay, let's go high ground. Do you want high ground? Do you want high ground?
Yeah, they have a Lucio. Watch for the Lucio boops.
Oh, you're
Break the wall, break wall, break wall, break wall.
Break wall, break wall.
Good, we're good.
Okay, teleport us to the window.
Who just jumped? My wall, or my shield's low.
Yeah, it's up,
Everybody
it's up.
teleport, let's go. Oh, it destroyed it. Help you, Ryan! Help you, Ryan! Whoa.
Wall though.
Their diva's low.
Okay, I don't think the teleport.
Yeah, okay, let's swap it out. Normally it's just like a first point thing, but we messed it up.
May Reaper, McCree.
So they've got, yeah, let's do Reaper so we can break their wall.
They might have Blizzard at this point. They've done a lot.
I'm sure they do.
And I am gonna go Brig. Yeah, huge.
I will prove myself.
Okay, stay on it. Do something different.
We're gonna have to go high ground so we don't get walled off. And if we do, just always shoot the center pillar if you can.
Central, okay. Ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Push out. Break it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Ooh. Good wall.
Diva. Punch the Diva, punch the
Lucio
Diva.
down, Lucio down, Lucio down.
Diva half. I'm dropping.
Move to
Diva,
point
Diva.
as quick as possible. Move to point.
Let's go, let's go.
Go to point. The walls.
This wall, wall's down.
Nice purple.
Oh my god, I can't get this. Okay. Pushing. Get Ryan. Break wall. Ryan. Maze. Maze some. Ryan frozen. Mine's one. Nice. Nice. It's winnable. Get Lucio.
Diva.
Diva.
Yeah, we got it, team. Huge.
Nice. Really good job. Oh.
Wait. There we go.
Let's not count our chickens.
Alright, go ahead and check.
I'm being bullied, he says.
Can I flank Reaper ult them?
Yes.
Ryan's cut
Yeah,
off.
absolutely.
McCree's left already. Yeah, McCree's main.
Does he have ult?
Probably. I haven't heard it.
I don't know how long they were in McCree. They definitely started on window.
Going behind them.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Even though we're even.
We got it.
We're up.
Man, alright.
Huge.
Feeling better?
back with me. McCree's going left.
Yep.
They have shatter.
Ryan's cut off.
Get the Ryan.
Oh, I need
Mace
heals.
off.
Shield's down.
Burner. May. Mace purple. Mace one. Nice.
Oh, no.
Really good wall. Let's go to point.
Ryan's purple.
Shatter.
Oh.
I'm stunned.
You know, I shouldn't use
Why not?
that.
Ready for more.
Whoops.
Woo.
Jayne, can you touch?
No.
I'm under fire.
Nice try.
Unlucky.
Ooh.
Oh, that was still good.
I hope the diva gets play from that last thing.
What happened with the last one there?
Oh,
What'd I do?
Pretty nice.
This one we got
I
point.
really like this skin.
it's a good skin.
Hey Jayne, there I was playing Ana. Should I be switching to Moira or something for better angles?
I mean, Moira's just really good on this point, right? Moira and Vap are both very good at this point, but Anna's fine as well. Wow. I mean, look at that healing. Jesus. No. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Like the big thing is if you're using Nana or Aunt Nana, like you really got to be hitting offensive nades and like communicating when you can and can't heal, especially if the opponent's playing a diva, which they were, right? That can be big pressure because it means that they can just defense matrix our Reinhardt and he can't get any heals from you. So if you're playing Ana, you just have to be way more communicative, hitting anti-nades, communicating when you hit them, and then using Nano to keep people alive. Like, it's way more demanding, but you can absolutely do it.